All right, guys, welcome back. Amanga to all my Filipino people. Let me start my car. We're gonna have another car talk, right? Going to have another car talk. Let me turn my air on up here so my phone don't overheat. Take the sweater off. Go ahead and take the sweater off because I work in a cold environment all day long. All right, turn this on like here. Grab me a drink of water. How you guys doing out there? How you guys doing over in the Philippines? Let me know where you're from. If you're watching, let me know where you're from, okay? Let me know where you're from. It helps me out. It helps me out a lot. It lets me know who's watching, where you're from, and all that good stuff. Okay? All right. Just so you know, my my Filipino wife, she's from Davao City, right? She speaks Bisaya, and she speaks Japanese, and English, and a little bit of Tagalog. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna talk off the top of my head, okay? Because I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I know it could be a touchy subject to some people. Okay? Let me put my glasses on. It could be a touchy subject to some people, and it's not intended to be a touchy subject. Okay? So it's about having a Filipino girlfriend or Filipino wife. Okay? A lot of people want to date a Filipina. A lot of people want to marry a Filipina. A lot of people are trying to find a Filipino woman, right? They want to go to the Philippines. They want to meet a Filipina, and they want to live in a province, or they want to get married, and they want to do all these things. And a lot of these guys are from US, from UK, just different places, right? And they want to do the whole Philippine experience. They want to go there. They want to move there. Some want to move there. Some just want a Filipino woman, okay? Because of what they've heard, okay? I'm going to voice my opinion on just my experience, okay? On what I've been through and what I know, okay? Now, I'm in the U.S. and I've dated other women in the past, and I don't have to date anymore because I'm married, right? And I dated women in the past, and some of the relationships they last long, some didn't, but a lot of them pretty much ended up the same way. Okay. A lot of the women that I've dated in the past, a big majority of them, they cheated. Okay. I'm not saying all women cheat. Okay, women cheat everywhere, all over the world. Okay, they will cheat in the Philippines just as well as they do here. But all the ones that I've dated in the past, and some other relationships last years, but it all boils down to where they end up cheating. Okay, and men do the same thing too. So it goes both ways. Now, I don't even know where to start. If you want a Filipino woman, for one, I believe that you need to travel to the Philippines. That is the very most important thing. That's the first important thing to do, is just travel there so you can experience the culture. Some people want to go online and they want to meet a Filipino online and they go whatever out. And when you do that, you have to make sure that you're very cautious on who you're selecting, why you're selecting the person, and as you're selecting people, is that what you're really looking for? Okay. There's a lot of pretty Filipinas in the Philippines. A lot of women, because there's more people walking around than what you would normally see in the U.S. or in certain places. Like every square inch, someone's walking, unless you're like way out in the province or something. There's so many people walking around, and it depends on the time of day. You can have way more people, so many people that they're bumping into you. Okay. So you have to be very selective. Have a plan on what kind of woman you're looking for, and all that stuff. Okay, you guys know how to date. I shouldn't have to tell you how to date. Okay, you have to go out there. You got to be willing to go out there and talk to a woman. Now, my wife, I already told this story before. I didn't go searching for my wife. It just so happened I seen her online. Okay, I just so happened to see her online in a chat room. Okay, this was a chat room. Yahoo, back then, Yahoo used to have a online chat room with from different areas of the world. You can choose what location you want. You can choose what kind of room you want. Like it was like a location, like say you choose Philippines, okay? Then you open the tab up, and then there's all these different types of rooms named all kind of stuff, like music, overseas, and all this stuff. So I was always in the music room, and because I used to be a professional DJ. So she was in there. To make a long story short, she was in there. We talked on and off, and then eventually I ended up going over there. Okay, and then that was history. That was it. Not saying that was it. That was the end. But I ended up going over there, and we were together. We've been together ever since. Okay, what was that? 2009 when I first went over to the Philippines. Okay, so yeah. My phone is doing some kind of crazy stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you also from experience, okay? I think that it's going to benefit you, especially if a guy wants to meet a good woman. And there are good women here in the U.S. There are good women here in the U.S. So I'm not trying to bash any women here, but this is just my experience, okay? I've never had any luck trying to find a woman that was really on my side, okay, that really wanted to stick with me no matter what, okay, and work with me and almost have the same goals, okay. Never had that here in the U.S. If you had it, it may last just for a little bit, and then it turns into something else. It's just the culture of the American people, or in the UK or wherever, the culture is different, okay? So when you go out to the Philippines, you experience a different style of dating, or a different style. The culture is just totally different. And I think that's what's really attractive to a lot of people, men and women, and even people just traveling, and they're just traveling to the Philippines. They always want to go back, okay? No matter if you're meeting someone there, it's just the whole atmosphere of being in the Philippines. It makes you want to go back, okay? And I applaud the Filipino people for keeping their culture intact. I applaud you guys, because here in the United States, you don't know what the United States really is. It's just everything, okay? There's a lot of opportunity here, but I don't know. I can go very deep into that. But anyway, I felt like I just had enough of the type of women that I was dating here, okay? I always thought I had a good one, and then it turns out to be something else, okay? So I never got the chance to find a good one. And if you are good, then congratulations if you're a good woman out here. in the U.S. But when I went over to the Philippines and met my wife, or she was my girlfriend at the time, I was done. Like I was completely blown away at everything she did. Right? She made sure I ate every day. She washed clothes. I mean, like, then she was like hand washing the clothes, like every day hand washing and scrubbing the clothes. When she wants to cook a meal, she will go to the store, to the wet market, get fresh vegetables and fresh meat, fresh fish, fresh seafood, bring it home. If she needs to chop the carrots up, she didn't buy the carrots that were already chopped up in the bag. She would just chop it up and do everything to make the lumpia, to make the sinigang, to make the adobo, to make all that stuff, okay? To make all that stuff by hand. Because you know why? Because most Filipino people are taught how to cook. They taught how to do those things as they are growing up, okay? And if they don't know it, they're going to learn how to do it. Because my wife, there was a lot of stuff she didn't know how to do, but she wanted to impress me, so she learned how to do certain things. She learned how to cook certain recipes and all this stuff, right? And it's like a very family-oriented type, tight-knitted culture. And that's what's very attractive to a lot of people. So if you are a man looking for a Filipino woman, it's just my opinion, I highly recommend, if you're looking for somebody, I highly recommend trying or going to the Philippines, or going on a date, maybe going on a dating site and make an account and finding some people, okay? Now, you're going to get a lot of, from what I've heard, you're going to get a lot of hits, okay? You're going to get a lot of people inboxing you or whatever, but you have to weed out the good and the bad, okay? And use your head, okay? If you're dating somebody, a guy or woman, whatever, use your brain, okay? If someone only sending pictures and they only talk through text, you've never seen them before, but you see a very gorgeous picture of a woman, or she sends you multiple pictures of her, it could not be her. It may be someone else. And then next thing you know, you're sending money because they send you messages and saying all these sweet things to you, and you're sending money to a picture that may not be that person, okay? It's very important to video chat. Second, it's real important if you're video chatting with someone, if they're in an internet cafe, if they can get out of that internet cafe, or if they just in a room by themselves. And every time you talk to them, they always in that room and they cannot move around. You cannot see where they're at. You can't see the outside, and they're just stuck in this one closet room. Be very cautious of that, okay? It's just my opinion, okay? And you're going to know if a girl was really attracted to you, or a Filipino woman's really wants to be with you, and y'all click, she's going to be calling you all the time. Most likely, she's going to call you all the time. Now, there are some that may be scamming people out there, and of course, if you're American or foreign, they may call you all the time because they want money. And speaking of money, this is just my opinion, okay? If a person online, all of a sudden, after you guys are feeling each other, and then all of a sudden, this happened and this happened, and they keep bringing up all these situations, and they keep throwing all these situations in your face, so you can make the decision to, you know what, I'm going to send her $100. You know what? You have to be very cautious of that, because People will set up a situation to where you make the decision. You're going to make the decision to send money, okay? Even though it's your decision, but don't let them like bait you and trap you to send money with situations that's happening, because people would do that, okay? Gotta make sure I don't hit my trash can. And they will do that. They will set you up and bait you to send money without even asking for money. Okay? That's the main thing. Without even asking. And then there's some that I need $20 or I need $100 because this I had to go to the hospital, blah 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 blah. You're gonna hear that. If money comes involved very quickly, you better cut it loose. Okay? Cut it loose very quickly. Cut it loose as soon as possible. Okay, guys? Cut this off. Whoa. Oh, sorry, guys. But cut it loose as soon as possible, and find you somebody else. I don't care if the girl look like a superstar or she's begging and crying or whatever. You better cut it loose. Because if she's begging for money, it's going to always be like that. And then next thing you know, she's going to run away. After that, after she gets the money, she's gonna run away. Or the worst situation is you're gonna get your plane ticket, you're gonna fly there, and this is just the worst situation, because this happened to some people. You sent money prior to get this apartment or get this where y'all gonna stay at, and then you get your ticket, you fly to the Philippines, then when you get to the airport, no one's there. Okay, so if you're making plans to go to the Philippines, you better make sure you make the plans, you make the reservations of where you're going to stay at and all that stuff. Don't let someone over there make it for you and you end up sending money there so they can make reservations. No. Don't do that, okay? Now, this is just my opinion. You can do what you want, but I'm giving you some really good tips on what you should do. And I'm giving you some good advice, okay? But just be cautious. And I mean, it could turn out to something great. Like, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed to have my Filipino wife. Because I think if I would have never met her, I think I know for a fact my whole life situation would not be like it is now. It would not be as calm as it is now, okay? It would not be. I would be doing something totally different, and I could probably be in trouble and all this other stuff. But I can easily say that she changed the way I operate. She changed the way I am, and I'm not exaggerating. This is just real facts. I wouldn't have what I have. We wouldn't have what we have together. Like, I would have never imagined that we would get a house. Like, we got a house together, okay? I have my car, she has her car. All those things, like, we have the nice house. It's not like extravagant, but it's nice, right? It's not like we're living in an apartment or nothing like that. We're setting goals together, and that's the key. That is like the main key, because if you're just playing house, I call it playing house, like dating someone and then y'all living together, but it's y'all really not together, but y'all kind of living together, and then you're not planning on getting married. That's playing house to me. It's like you're playing a fantasy house thing, and in the back of your head, you probably feel like that you guys are not going to be together later on down the line. Or if you're scared to get married, if you're scared to marry the Filipina that you're with, and y'all living together for years and years and years, then something's wrong. Like, something's seriously wrong. You better be asking yourself, like, why am I living with this girl and I'm not married? Why I'm not marrying her? Okay? And some people do this stuff. They will just live, but they're so scared to get married to their Filipina. But they're buying a house, they're buying cars, and they're buying all this stuff to live together in the same house, but they don't want to get married. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. Because why play house? That's all I can say. But guys, that's probably like me and my wife meeting my wife is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. Um, I'm, like I said, I'm very grateful to have her. Um, and you guys could be in the same situation too. Like you can meet a girl and it turns out well. You just have to change. Some of you guys have to change your ways, like the way you are. Like you can't. You have to cut some things loose. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be going out hanging with your buddies all the time. You can't be going out partying all the time. Things of that nature, because it doesn't. For a long, for if you guys going to work together, some of those things you gotta let go. Like some of your friends, you have to let some of your friends go. Okay, you can't always have your buddies coming over to your house and chilling, and you got your wife there and your kids there, and they're constantly coming over every weekend. That stuff, you have to cut that stuff out. And instead of doing that, instead of going out to clubs and all this stuff, take your money, save it, get things that you want, buy land, buy property, and grow that way, right? Because your friends is not going to be there when you really, really, really need them. If something happens, they're not going to be there. They may give you a ride every now and then, but besides that, they're not going to be there. Okay? Your Filipino wife or your wife will be the one there by your side. Okay? That's real. Um, but guys, I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not here to bash women from the U.S. and it's just my opinion. Okay? Okay? Um, But that's it, guys. I don't know what more to say. I'm just talking off the top of my head. I didn't write anything down this time on what I was going to say, but it's just for you guys to go out there and experience. So if you are um, an American guy and you're looking for a Filipino wife, I really highly recommend I get a plane ticket, go to the Philippines, treat it like you're going to Florida, okay? Or treat it like you're going to any other country. Treat it like you're going to California. Treat it like you're going to New York. Buy a plane ticket, get your passport, do the correct things that you need to get over there, and go visit, okay? Go visit those places and enjoy yourself. And you may find, your wife, your future wife. I'm not saying just to go there to find your wife. Go there and enjoy the country too and the people, because the people are the most respectful. The Filipino people are the most respectful people on the planet. Okay, one of the most respected people on the planet. When I went to Japan, they are the most respectful people on the planet. Philippines has the utmost respect for a lot of people. But if you're going over there to cause trouble and think you're Johnny Badass, it's not gonna work out for you. I'm sorry, it's just not. You can't go over there and act like you're like, just because you got American money, like you're just this king and you're rich. Okay, you can't go over there like that. Yes, your money kind of goes a long way depending on where you go, or your money can be the same depending on what American westernized areas you go in. Your money will be just the same as you're spending here. So just be mindful, okay? But that's it, guys. I have to go. Salamat to all my Filipino people. Leave in the comments. Tell me where you're from, okay? Tell me exactly where you're from. And I'm going to try to give some shout outs, okay? Share this video if you like. Hit the subscribe. That's the most important thing. And I'll have some more videos coming up later. All right. Thank you. Peace. Salamat. And among to all my Filipino people. And I'll see you next one. Take care. Peace.